Hello, my beautiful people. So, I'm doing something a little bit different this time. I'm filming a video outside and at night. We got natural lighting, plus the lighting that's part of that, but still. Anywho, let's talk about the final season of Fuller House. Much like the last season I talked about, season 3, this season was split into 2 parts. Like, half of the season aired in December, I think, and the second half aired yesterday as I'm recording this. I'm recording this on June 3rd, by the way. So from what I remember, it's been months since I've seen him. I think the plot of the first half was preparing for Steph and Jimmy's wedding. Yeah, that's what I think it was. And I remember the final episode of the first half of the season featured one of the most overused sitcom plots of all time. I had the ring. Wait, where'd it go? Is it in the sandwich? Oh, and Fernando, Steve, and Jimmy, they buy a sandwich shop. The big part about the first half of season 5 that the episode ends with a big old musical number with Steve proposing to DJ. And so DJ, Kimmy, and Stephanie decide to do a triple wedding where they all get married at once. And that's what the second half of the season is building up to. Their wedding. Now, right now I feel like it's necessary that I mention a certain player from this show and the original series that's not in this season at all in either half. And that's Becky. So yeah. Becky has shown up quite a bit in the first 4 seasons of Fuller House. But in season 5, she is nowhere to be seen. She's name dropped one time, but we never see her. Not even at the wedding. Which, by the way, Michelle doesn't show up to the wedding either. I mean, I get why the Olsen twins don't want to be a part of it. They feel like they can't act anymore because of all the fashion crap they've been doing, which they really weren't that good actors to begin with. I mean, have you seen Full House? I mean, they were kind of forced into being actresses when you really think about it. No, really, just that. See, for Michelle's character, in universe she's really busy with her fashion crap, much like with the Olsen twins in real life. But the thing is that DJ and Steph are getting married. Her sisters. It's kind of freaking... What dick would you be to not show up at a wedding? To not show up... What type of dick would you be to not show up to the wedding of both of your older sisters? But then again, Becky wasn't there either. And the reason Becky wasn't there was because the actress, as we all know, due to reasons I dare not to explain here, she ended up getting arrested. Yeah. So, and she's in jail now. So, yeah, good luck trying to watch Full House the same way, I guess. Or at least the Becky episodes, which are quite a lot. So, I guess Becky's in jail? Although it is kind of hard to watch Full House, kind of, with, knowing on how raunchy Bob Saget is, and the actress who plays Stephanie with her meth addiction. and on how much of a freaky, crazy Christian Candace Cameron, whatever her new last name is. It's just that, yeah, the cast of Full House is all over the place. And whatever John Stamos and Dave Coulier did, yeah, they probably did nothing. Well, John Stamos had a rough divorce. I don't think Coulier did anything except replace well, but except take over Peter Venkman and the new Ghostbusters. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah. There really isn't a whole lot to say about like the season in itself. It's just fine. It's just Fuller House. But in the second to last episode, they make a big. They announce that once the wedding happens, the DJ no, no once the wedding happens, Steph and Jimmy will move out, and Kimberly and Fernando and Ramona will also move out. So, yeah, after the wedding, they're not gonna see each other for a while because they're gonna be separate. I mean, we know that. I mean, Fernando and Kimberly are gonna head to a different state, but we don't know where the frick. I'm pretty sure that Steph and Jimmy are just gonna, stay in San Francisco or at least stay in California. So, speaking of them being in California, in the first season where they took a flight, where they almost took a flight to Disneyland, the show takes place in California. Disneyland is in California. You don't take a flight from Disney. You don't take a flight from California to California. Like, Disneyland would be less than a day's drive away. I mean, Christ. I mean, if it was Disney World, then I'd understand, but come on, man. Anywho, in the final episode, the very last episode called Our Very Last Show, again, which, by the way, the title of the first episode of Fuller House was Our Very First Show Again, which, the title of the first episode of the original series was Our Very First Show. And, saying that the series finale of Full House wasn't called Our Very Last Show. I'm pretty sure it had something to do with Michelle getting amnesia, something like that. But, yeah, they just pulled that right out of their butts. Also, after the wedding, Jesse just disappears. Like Joey and Danny still stay there, but Jesse just up and vanishes. Maybe he was visiting Becky and maybe he was visiting Becky in prison. Also, has anyone noticed all the E names? I mean, there's Danny, Joey, Jesse, Becky, Kimberly, and of course, Steffi and DJ, and Michelle, and Stevie Wonder. So, that's pretty much all I have to say about Fuller House. Oh, and they don't end up moving at all. They end up staying. So, meh. I was really thinking like, yeah, they're moving on, but they're moving on. They're gonna move out, get their own, start their own lives. But now they're like, we love each other so much. We're gonna like, come on, man. I hate that stupid crap, stupid sitcom crap. And that's how the series ends, with them all hugging it out, Full House style. Well, what are my thoughts on Fuller House Season 5 and the series in itself? It's Full House. Sacky, wholesome, Hallmark Channel cheese. And it's a personal guilty pleasure of mine. And I know it's stupid, I know it's crappy, I know sometimes it's confusing on who it's made for. But screw it. It kept on bringing me back for every single season. And quite frankly, that's gotta say something. And if the creators ever decide to make Fullest House in the next 30 years, then why the frick would you do that? We don't need more Full House. We've had quite enough Full House in our lives. And besides, like, pretty much most of the original cast will be either old or dead. We don't really need Fullest House. We arguably didn't even need Fuller House. Fuller House was only made for nostalgia. But I'm hoping that for HBO Max, WB will bring back Family Matters, because Family Matters was obviously a much better show than Full House. So, I mean, the closest thing right now we have to a Family Matters reboot is Urkel showing up in an episode of Be Cool Scooby-Doo. So yeah. Anyway, guys, what did you get? I hope you enjoyed this video. What did you guys think of Fuller House as a show in general? Because this show, a bit oofy. And it was nice to get a nerd alert out for once. It's just that ever since I created Toon Talk, all the cartoon stuff has gone to that. Well, I didn't create Toon Talk this year. I rebranded Anime Theory to Toon Talk, so yeah. All the new cartoon movie reviews have been going to that channel, that show. And same with Disney, dude. All the Disney movies have been going to that show. And most of the stuff I see happen to be cartoons and Disney movies, which I would like to change that. In the last year, I've noticed that most of the movies that I tend to see are films based on properties I enjoy. And I'd like to change that with more films that just look cool. In fact, I really wanted to see Jojo Rabbit in 1917 back in last year. But I was too late. Oh, and Knives Out as well. There were a lot of movies in December that came out that I didn't get to see. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I already said that. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And everywhere you look, everywhere there's a place of somebody who needs you. And you're lost out there and you're all alone. God is waiting to carry you home. It's like 10 p.m. So I'll shut up. I'll see you later. Bye.